John, welcome to Crawley. What are your first impressions?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I obviously spoke with the board over the weekend and was delighted really in their ambitions for the future. It's great to be joining a club that are in a good state financially. I don't have to worry about things that are going on off the field. I can just concentrate on the training ground and obviously match days. And really looking forward to working with a very good group of footballers as well.
You wanted to manage in England again, but you wanted to manage at the right club, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I made a big mistake many years ago. I went to the right club when I joined Derby, but the wrong time. It was a wrong time to go there, but it was certainly the right club. And obviously looking back on it, it was a mistake. Didn't work out in the manner in which it should. But coming here, everything feels good about coming here. And I said off the field, things are exceptionally good. It's an exceptionally well-run football club, and the progress that they've made in such a short space of time, coming out of the conference and into League Two, and then out of League Two straight into League One. They've come a long way in such a very short space of time, and they've made their mark here now. And we're a very good League One team, and the board are very interested in the prospect of us going up even one more division. They've had major success. They're used to winning here, and the fans are used to winning, and they want to continue to win and hopefully get themselves into the Championship. And when you're a manager coming in and you're hearing this kind of talk going on around you, the board are all talking about looking upwards, looking to the future and looking ahead, as opposed to looking back, see where we've come from. They're looking ahead. What's done is done. They've got out of the conference. That's all in the history, a very good history. But all the talk with the board is all about the future and wanting Crawley Town to look ahead and try and get into the Championship.
You don't know too many members of the squad, but you did sign Danny Bullman a long time ago, didn't you?
I did sign Danny Bullman a long time ago, and it cost me a pair of boots. I promised him a pair of boots if he'd come and sign for Wycombe. And I bought him a pair of boots. They were very expensive, if I remember. And that was his signing on fee. I took him from Hampton and Richmond, I think he was playing for. Well, he was playing for at the time. And I can remember standing over in Hampton at the match, underneath the floodlights, if you can call them floodlights. It was pretty dark, but Danny played very well. He must have only been about 17 or 18, but he was the outstanding player on the pitch. And he hasn't changed in all the time. I've sat and watched some of the DVDs of Crawley matches in the last few weeks, and he's still, in the centre of that midfield, up and down, putting his foot in. He's a legend here at the club because he's come on that journey, from the conference. So, it was a long time ago, but I'm really pleased to see he's done so well with his career. Started from a very humble beginnings, and he's made himself a very good career.
I know you've been burning the midnight oil for the last 48 hours, watching DVDs and what have you. What are your impressions of what you've seen?
Well, we were the better team at Crewe on Saturday, without any question. We were much the better team, but obviously we've had a problem scoring goals in the last month or so, which ultimately, I suppose, has cost Richie his job. Because there's been matches that have been very close and we've missed opportunities, and those draws and defeats could have been turned into victories. And certainly Saturday's game at Crewe, especially when Crewe went down at 10 men, there was only going to be one winner. But we didn't possibly create enough, and we didn't take the couple of opportunities that we had in the game, and consequently they had one chance at the end, and they nicked it, and we ended up with a defeat again. So it's just that side of it just needs to improve a little bit. But there's certainly a lot of talent there, a lot of good footballers.
It's not like you're inheriting the squad, that's bottom of the table, or
no.
The only 6 points off we're only 6 points off the playoffs.
No, I've been really pleasantly surprised with the quality of the team, and from that point of view, even more excited to get on the training ground and work with players that are going to be very capable.
Last one, message for the fans. What can they expect from the John Gregory team?
Passion, endeavour, creativity, good footballers. I love good footballers. I love people that can play. I love people that can pass it, keeping it simple. But certainly that they need to play for the shirt. Every player. They won't get in the team on reputation. They'll get in the team because they work hard on the training ground. I tend to pick squads and substitutes on what they've done in the week on the training ground. It's important. That's where they hone their talent, is working on the training ground Monday to Friday, and they just have to play with that passion. You know, when you played against Steve Evans' teams, when you know, no one wanted to play against Crawley. Nobody ever wanted. You didn't want to come to Crawley and play against Crawley. They weren't a particularly well-liked team because they were good. No one liked playing against them because they knew for 90 minutes or 95 minutes that Crawley just never gave up. They went from the first minute to the last. Every single player on that pitch, and every single player under Steve Evans that played in his team earned the right to play in his team. And if you weren't doing it, you didn't play. That was Steve's attitude. My attitude's not much different from that. Crawley Town were always a very hard team to play against, and no one wanted to play against them. And that has to be the same now under me. So hopefully we'll get a good start on Saturday at Bristol Rovers.